recently I've had quite a few questions from clients who are moving to the area about award-winning builders and their new construction developments. So today we are going to look at two of those. Be sure to stick around until the end so you can see a popular subdivision that quite a few of my clients have asked about by name. You won't want to miss this one. If you want to know everything about the Richmond Metro Area, well, you have come to the right place. I give you the real scoop on what it's like to work, live, and play right here in RVA. So be sure to subscribe and click on the bell so you'll receive notifications each time I upload a new video. I have people reaching out to me on a regular basis who are looking to relocate to the Richmond Metro Area, and I love hearing from y'all. So give me a call or shoot me a text at 804-380-6041 or send me an email, whichever is most convenient. Today, we are going to talk about two new construction developments in Hanover County. Both are done by award-winning builders. But before we hop to that and go out on the street and take a look at the houses, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of new construction. Now, right now, we're kind of in a crazy market. There are some shortages of building supplies, and builders are, in some cases, pretty backed up. I had one builder just the other day say they were running 15 plus months out, which is really kind of crazy when you think about it. When a resale transaction typically takes 30 to 45 days after you get it under contract, but you're talking about 15 plus months. Some builders are not that far out. They're looking at more 6 to 8 months. But I think overall you're seeing a lot of delays just because they're not able to get the supplies, or so I'm told. Now, in terms of price point, I always caution my clients when looking at new construction, because you'll go on, the listing, or you'll look at the builder's webpage or the community's webpage, and they'll say starting at $300,000 or starting at $400,000. Well, the key is remembering that starting at. The starting at price is not going to be typically what you end up paying in the end. I always recommend, and I find this information out for my clients, is on average, how much of an increase does the builder see for the add-ons? Different builders offer different packages. Some of the packages are more comprehensive, so you don't have as many add-ons, but others are very streamlined and kind of basic. So if you wanted to have that soaker tub, for example, or the stone countertops, those may be considered an upgrade. So that's something that we'll want to know up front before we get too far down that road. I had one client just the other day. We went in, met with the builder, gave the starting at price, but by the time we looked at the list of what was included and then looked at the things that they wanted to include in their new home, they had increased the price by $200,000. And in some cases, if that's within your budget, fabulous. In other cases, though, we'll want to keep a close eye on that just to be sure that you stay within your comfort budget. Another thing that I recommend is to go and visit the sites, walk through the model homes, and get a feel for the workmanship of the builder. It's also important to learn about their process. Each builder is a little bit different. Depending on the process, it can be a little frustrating. Of course, just like anything else, some are better at communication than others. Some have a more defined process than others. Some have design centers where you can go and pick out your finishings. Others will send you to various different vendors around the city to pick out your finishings. So it's important to kind of know the expectations that they have of you and the expectations that you can have of them going into the process. It's also important to find out after they break ground, what is the update process? Do you have meetings with the on-site manager? Do you do walkthroughs? Or are you just getting email updates or phone calls from the site manager? So all things to think about. And of course, the more hands-on you can be in the process, typically the smoother the process will be in the end. And of course, I'm there to help you stay on top of things and be sure that you've picked out different finishings and whatnot by the established deadlines so that doesn't pass you by. Okay, let's hop over and take a look at Rutland Grove. This is the first subdivision that we're going to explore. It has two different builders in it. One is H.H. Hunt Homes and the other is Craftmaster Homes. The houses in this subdivision range anywhere from about 1,850 square feet on up to about 3,000 square feet. The starting price for this subdivision is $400,000. So again, that starting price, be sure that if you're thinking about this subdivision to look at what's included in the base model, and I can help you get that information. This subdivision, as I mentioned earlier, is in Hanover County, right off of 301. It's not too far off of Interstate 295. It's also a part of a larger community called Rutland. Now, Rutland received a prestigious award, the ULI Vision Award for Best Mixed Use Community. It's a 202-acre development. It's a blend of various different things. There are 250 approximately single-family homes, little over 200 townhomes. There are office spaces within the development, as well as retail spaces, and even a future library will be built in this area. Rutland Grove is able to enjoy some of the amenities that Rutland subdivision offers. So that is a plus for Rutland Grove. You'll also find parks and open spaces within the complex, some trail systems, sidewalks, a fishing pond, and a playground to enjoy. Students in this subdivision who choose to go to public schools will go to Hanover County Public Schools. Let's hop over and take a look at how you can get some additional information on testing scores for the elementary, middle, and high school. Of course, this will be the same for all of the different subdivisions that we look at, as well as any others that we've looked at in past videos. You can use the same system to access that information. If you go to the Virginia Department of Education's website, and I'll leave the link in the description below, as well as the link that will tell you a little bit more about the standards of learning, you'll see it asks you for the school year. And of course, the most recent one is 2018-2019. They did not do SOLs in 2019-2020 because, of course, of COVID, and the scores for 2020-2021 have not come out yet. So you click on the year, you'll click on the county or the school system. So in this case, it's going to be Hanover County, and then select the school that you are interested in. One drawback for some is that the houses are really very close together. Some people describe it as a postage stamp lot, which if you were looking for a little bit more privacy, not as much interaction with neighbors, some additional space for a detached garage or a larger lot to have gardens or other activities, swing sets that are a little bit larger, this might not be the subdivision for you, because in some cases it's just a few feet from your house to your neighbor's house. So definitely something to think about. This subdivision also has an HOA associated with it. Now, for those that haven't heard me talk about HOAs, some are quarterly, some are monthly, some are yearly, and the price really varies from subdivision to subdivision, but something you will definitely want to budget for and think about, because some do have pretty strict guidelines that you have to follow. And if you're a resident and do not follow them, they can fine you for not following them. So definitely something to keep in mind and consider. If y'all will please do me a favor and click on the like button. It really helps me to be able to bring you additional content each week. Now we're going to hop over to another subdivision in the Mechanicsville area of Hanover off of Pole Green Road. It's called Bishop's Park. One thing about Pole Green Road that you will want to consider in terms of your commuting time is there is, at most parts, one lane going this way and one lane coming back this way. So traffic really can back up here in the mornings and in the evenings when people are trying to go to work and come home. So something to consider before purchasing in this subdivision. Bishop's Park has houses that range from about 1,900 square feet on up to 3,000 square feet. Most of them include a front-loading 2-car garage, brick foundation, vinyl siding, and a lamp post at the front sidewalk. Some do offer first floor primary bedroom suites, which may be a plus if that's on your wish list. All of the homes also offer 9-foot ceilings on the first floor, hardwood floors in the main living area on the first floor, and granite countertops with stainless steel appliances. The builder for this subdivision is Main Street Homes, and they are known for their Energy Star certified homes. So they say what that means is you can save up to $100 a month in utility bills, adding to an annual savings of $1,200 a year, for an ultimate home life savings of over $30,000. As you're looking at the homes in this subdivision, also take note of the sidewalks, tree-lined streets, the 1.25 acre park and playground, asphalt walking trails, a pond with water fountain at the entrance, a bird sanctuary with benches and birdhouses, and an open community space. Now, one thing that you will notice about this one and the previous subdivision that we explored are the trees. Now, they say they're tree-lined streets, but what you will not see are mature trees. So these developments used to be farmland way back in the day. I can remember 301 and Pole Green Road was basically nothing but farmland, farmhouses, and a few little scattered older houses in between. There might be a gas station here and there or a grocery store on 301, especially from 295. I can remember coming down 301, you had like an orthodontist or dentist office on your left, the Food Lion shopping center, which is still there today, the fire station, and literally that was it, other than your farms and your farmhouses. Today looks nothing like that. There are shopping centers, several grocery stores, fast food restaurants, you name it, it's there. Not as much as Short Pump, but definitely has grown up over the years. So sometimes when the builders start with a new subdivision, they'll come in and knock down all of the trees and start fresh. In some of these cases, there weren't any trees because it was fields that farmers were using to grow their crops. So it could be either scenario, but you're not going to see those big mature trees that overhang the streets at this point. Maybe years from now, they'll have grown and matured and you'll see that, but today, not so much. Okay, so I promised at the end we were going to take a look at a subdivision that my clients that are relocating and looking in Hanover County, quite a few of them have asked for by name. This is one you won't want to miss. It's called Crown Colony. There are certainly many wonderful things about this particular subdivision. It's actually right across on the other side of 301 from Rutland Grove. You'll see the more mature trees, the larger lot sizes, and some of the houses are even larger and have different styles than what you saw in the two newer construction subdivisions. I've had many clients, as I mentioned earlier, that were looking in Hanover County that asked for this particular subdivision by name. But one thing that I heard in terms of feedback from one of those individuals that actually purchased in that subdivision ultimately is it was just so far away from everything. Now, certainly there are grocery stores down there, there's restaurants. Actually, one of my very favorite pizza restaurants is just down the street, Giovanni's. Williams Bakery is down there, which is another great scratch bakery you might have heard me talk about in another one of the Hanover County videos. And it has grown more over the last few years, but this individual really missed the proximity of being able to just run down the street to Short Pump Town Center, or being literally 3 miles away from just about anything and everything that you could possibly want. So even though they like the subdivision, they love the house, not a big fan of the location. So something to keep in mind if you want to be more centrally located, just depending on the types of places that you like to frequent. Now, one thing I really love to do with my clients is probably my favorite part is getting to know you and your lifestyle and being able to help you explore various different subdivisions that could complement that lifestyle. Maybe even some areas that you've never even heard of. So what do you think? Does this look like a great place to work, live, and play in RVA? Come join me. I'd love to show you around. Give me a call or shoot me a text at 804-380-6041 or send me an email, whichever is most convenient. If you want to know more about Hanover County, be sure to check out the playlist here. And if you want to know more about the Richmond Metro Area in general, be sure to check out these two videos.